giving analysis to the stories that we're going to be treating this morning. All right. So don't forget, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can connect with us and join the program on those platforms, and also drop your thoughts and your opinion or your own analysis of the stories on those platforms in the live chat section as the show progresses. All right. So before we get on, let's try to see if we can have Fuad join via the phone line. There's a lot that has happened between yesterday and this morning. The major one, of course, of which is, the report coming in as regards the differential between the NNPCL price, the PMS price from NNPCL and the price from Dangote Refinery, to 75 naira difference. That's a huge one, that has been on the table yesterday. That particular statement came from Petron. And of course, former Governor Yahaya Bello and his fight, and whatever it is, his charges with the EFCC. That's also another one, as he has, been detained and also been charged with fraud allegations. So there's just a lot for us to look through this morning. So stay tuned. But before then, good morning, Fuad. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Sandra. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you very much. You are welcome. Apologies for bringing you on this late. Just sorting some things on the back end. Thank you. Thank you for staying tuned. Okay, so let's get on with it. I will start with the Punch newspaper. Port Harcourt Refinery, marketers threaten boycott as NNPCL juggles petrol price. I mentioned it, that's the hot topic as at now. 75 naira difference. What we have as a rider to this story now is dealers insist PMS must be cheaper than Dangote's. NNPCL delays price portal opening as they restrict products. So far, we started the conversation yesterday when the report came in that there's this 75 naira differential between NNPCL's price and NNPCL price and Dangote price, and a lot of people are wondering what exactly could have birthed that particular difference, where we have NNPCL is the nation's refinery, the crude also is the nation's crude. So what could have been birthed that particular differential? But then what the report is giving us this morning is that oil marketers have outlined the conditions that will make them patronize the Port Harcourt refinery, as the Port Harcourt Refinery Company is saying that must dispense its refined products below the prices of Dangote. And NNPCL, in reaction to claims that stated that the refinery is yet to release its price, as products from the plants were currently dispensed to only NNPCL stations. So the spokesperson for NNPCL, Olufemi Shoneye, revealed that the company was still reviewing its price and had yet to commence bulk sales, as its purchasing portal remained closed. So, Fuad, your thoughts as regards let's start with the fact that oil marketers are saying if the price is not below what Dangote is offering, we're not going to offtake.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is that, look, why is it that anything from the NNPC, or whether you call it NNPCL, doesn't go straight? To shall come wogo like that, to shall ask that, you always have questions. Something that is supposed to come very easy, straightforward, and clear for people to understand. It's not always the situation. Sandra, look, I am sure there have been preparations, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am sure that, look, the process of eventually getting to the point where petroleum products are now coming out from the Port Harcourt refinery is not a day's job, right?
Mm-hmm.
It must have taken days, it must have taken a whole lot, actually, planning and strategizing and all of that. And I think one of the things that should be on the table, the moment product starts to leave that refinery, is supposed to be the price of the product. Mm-hmm. Because that's what Nigerians will be interested in.
Exactly.
Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
So if the NM, because they issued a statement yesterday saying that, look, and you have read it out too, that, look, they've not even fixed prices. And you say, why? That's the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, this bakery has not been working, they now have flour, they've done it, bread are going to be coming out. Aren't you going to be planning along in the area of pricing to say, okay, as the time this product will be coming out, I'll be selling at this price. So we are going to wait for like how many months again for them to tell us how much they're going to sell their product, or for weeks. And that's the reason why people don't even trust anything that comes from the NNPCL or even the government. Because when you shroud things that are supposed to be so clear in secrecy, then you begin to create room for all manner of insinuations, assumptions, conspiracy theories, and what have you. If you understand what I'm saying. Yesterday, Petron, who are also major players in the sector, issued a statement to say that, look, NNPCL is already selling at 75 naira more than the price of Dangote refinery. Dangote currently is offering people who can buy 2 million liters of PMS at now 70 naira per liter. Remember too that there was a lot of back and forth before Dangote eventually revealed his price to the public. Now you have, because there's another conversation of whether it is only blending or refining. Sandra, we've not been able to resolve that too. Whether that Port Harcourt refinery is only blending or refining. Remember when the announcement was made that it has started to refine petroleum products? Sahara reporters brought out a report, and I saw some people just want to continue to praise government who would not even get their brains to think critically about some of these things. To look and say, okay, what are they saying? Only for the NNPCL to also now issue a statement confirming that indeed when it comes to PMS production in that facility, they were blending. So they actually eventually agreed to the blending part of what they are doing. I think we also read it out yesterday, where it was said that, look, that facility can only produce naphtha. You understand? And that, look, for them to get PMS, they would have to blend it with the C5 they will be getting from the LMA plant. So it means that, look, the old Port Harcourt refinery, for us to get PMS, we'll still have to blend. Actually, I'm hoping that we'll get oil industry experts to clarify that. You understand what I'm saying? But I think in the minds of most Nigerians now, ordinary Nigerians now, the pricing mechanism is a major issue in their minds. How much are you going to sell? And it's not just how much you're going to sell. Nigerians are hoping that, look, the thing should get more affordable for them. So if a refinery is now producing and the managers of the refinery or the owners of the refinery are telling you that they don't have prices yet, you should know that there's something wrong with these people. They've lived, operated with so much impunity to the point where they don't even respect Nigerians. They don't care what we say. They don't care how we feel. They do things anyhow. And they said that you're going to take it too. Because how do you get to this critical point with that refinery and you're telling us it's not fixed prices? So what have you been doing? What were you even doing to start with? To the point where at this stage, you have not fixed prices.
Where did the oil marketers even get that price of that 75 naira difference? That 1,045 naira. I'm wondering how marketers are able to confirm that NNPCL was selling petrol at 1,045 naira.
It sounds that the easiest thing that would have happened with what the marketers are saying to debunk it would have been for the NNPCL to say, no, this is our price. They are lying.
Now,
if the marketers are saying you are selling at 1,045 naira, and then you come out to say you have not fixed prices, you give people the right to say that they believe the marketers.
All right, let's also look at this from another angle, because it was also gathered yesterday that oil marketers have imported some millions of liters, some hundreds of millions of liters into the country. And then, Fuad, you also remember that sometime last month, the NNPCL also imported some hundreds of millions of liters into the country. So there's a conspiracy going on as regards, are we trying to quickly dispense what we have on ground before what is in, the Port Harcourt refinery? That conspiracy is also out there. What do you think?
You can't blame anybody that comes up with this conspiracy theory, because again, you have the NNPCL operating in a manner that gives room for people to speculate, doubt what they are doing, and of course, come up with some of these theories that suggest that there's a lot going on behind that we don't really know about. You understand what I'm saying? Just imagine what people are now even saying, that are we even sure that refinery is refining anything? I hope they are not bringing products, to blend. And in fact, the situation now is that what they've simply done is that after Dangote revealed the Malta scenario, they brought Malta home. That what they've simply done is to bring that blending platform and disguise it as a functional Port Harcourt refinery. Would you blame anybody for thinking like that?
Let's do it in the open. Let's go, since everybody now knows.
Let's go. If they say we are doing something in Malta, let's start blending. And so what people are saying is that what we've achieved with the Port Harcourt refinery is to just get to the point where it can actually blend some of these products together to achieve what we want. That it's not actually refining. Although some of their technical experts have been explaining, they've been on TV explaining that, look, this is what they are able to produce, this is not what they are not able to produce. The reality is that, look, Nigerians are more concerned about pricing. Whether you blend or you don't blend, Sandra, I think for the average Nigerian out there, what they are still expecting is for this government to fulfill their promise about making the product not only available, but affordable. Remember that this government came in when we were buying at 195, 200 naira per litre. And they made a promise to bring the price further down. I am sure that Nigerians have gotten to the point where if they cannot even take us back to the point of 200 naira per litre, can they bring it down to something around 400, 450? That's what Nigerians are expecting. I'm sure people will come out now and talk about international pricing model as it affects crude oil. Now I'm saying that, look, nobody put a gun to their head when they were making that promise. So they are better think about how to make these products more affordable for ordinary Nigerians. That's what they are expecting. And that's why people are even saying that there's no reason why the NNPCL refinery should not be selling at a cheaper price than that of, the independent marketers. I am actually in front of one NNPCL filling station now, and they are selling at 1,014 naira per litre. As of last week, they were selling at 1,025 naira per litre. Sandra. So it's crazy, really, what we're seeing.
All right, then. All the marketers have confirmed that if the NNPCL price is not lower than that of Dangote, then they're just going to, they're just going to shun that and just probably work with whatever it is that they can afford. As it is now, the latest development also indicates that oil marketers may commence the importation of fuel if the prices set by both domestic refineries surpass their profit margins, thereby making it more financially viable for them to rely on imported fuel rather than locally produced stock. Look at that, Fuad.
If we sustain the importation of petroleum products into the country, I can tell you that Port Harcourt refinery will go back to square one. If eventually we get to the point where the price of products for the Port Harcourt refinery is not cheaper than those that are imported into the country, and so importation becomes the most reasonable option, the most viable option for our marketers, and then we sustain that model, I can tell you that refinery will go back to square one. Because again, what it will mean is that they will be producing and nobody will be buying. So again, that's why this issue of pricing is something we have to look deep into. And that's why coming up with the announcement that the refinery is working and then you are now telling us that you have not fixed prices, just shows some level of... The words that come to my head is not something I can say on radio, so let me just leave. But it's just ridiculous. It's just completely ridiculous, I'm telling you.
Anyways, so we'll just see how things would, pan out as regards, price of PMS. Because fresh findings have revealed that a total sum of over 78,000 metric tons, which is about 105 million liters of petrol, have been imported into the country in the last 5 days, between November 23rd and today, November 28th. And the product was conveyed in 4 vessels, according to documents obtained from the Nigerian Ports Authority. So there's just a lot that's coming in. It also revealed that 11,000 metric tons of base oil was imported, while Dangote Refinery received crude oil worth over 130,000 metric tons. Last week, oil marketers... Okay, yes, I'm with you.
Just a minute. Dangote is importing crude. Marketers are importing refined petroleum products. So where are the gains now of us building local refineries? One of the gains, what some of the gains we're supposed to get, one of them is this idea of us not, going to the foreign exchange market to put pressure on it by looking for dollars to import this thing. So if marketers are still importing, It means they are still going into the foreign exchange market, to source for dollars. The scarce dollars that are not available. If Dangote is still importing crude oil, it also means that, look, it's also going into the foreign exchange market to source for dollars to import this product. So why are the gains? Because the gain of us having local refineries basically is because we are not a producing nation, and we are taught that, look, with that, we would have been able to supply those refineries with crude oil to refine petroleum products, so that at the point of crude, we are not importing again. At the point of refined petroleum products, we also have it here locally produced. So if those two things we are still importing, then where are the gains of us running functional refineries? You see, at the end of the day, Sandra, I keep talking about people living in denial, saying lies to themselves and also believing their own lie. There's something wrong with the Nigerian oil sector. And I think we are still not getting enough commitment to rid the sector of the fraudulent practices, the cabals that are holding us down as far as that sector is concerned. And I doubt if this NNPCL regime has the capacity, to fight what they benefited from illegally for years. The corruption in the system they have also benefited from. They are not the ones to fight it.
Well, further details on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Port Harcourt refinery, we're asking just 2 days or so ago, or yesterday, I think it was just yesterday, we're just still asking, should we be cautiously optimistic, or what are expectations as regards the Port Harcourt refinery? And then we try to contain some trust, deficiencies that a lot of people just...
You better go and keep your ISHB somewhere.
I brought it out. I was so happy. I gave it for adjustments because I dropped a few sizes. I was yes, let's do this and look at what's this is just.
Oh, you've added weight.
It's okay for. Thank you very much. I just adjusted it. However, it is whether it's in or out, I adjusted it. Anyways, further details on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Moving on now, still on the front page of the Punch. EFCC opposes Bello's bail application as court remands ex-governor. So, the drama has started. Justice Marian Aneni of the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja adjourned till December 10 to rule on the bail application for immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. This was as she ordered that the former governor and his co-defendants, Shaibu Oricha and Abdulsalam Hudu, remain in custody of the EFCC. It's okay. I wish them all the best.
She wanted it. It's just the normal thing. You expect that the lawyers will file for bail, will make a case for him to be granted bail. I know that the courts will not even want to grant him bail immediately for all he has shown, the discipline he has shown, really, with answering court summons and what have you. So December 10, maybe eventually his bail applications will be heard and he might be granted bail. My only worry is that, look, it all seems that when bails are granted for some of these guys, the case just ends there. The back and forth continues, and we really don't get so much to hear about those cases. Obiano, for example, comes to mind. Willie Obiano, and then the Delta State governor that was said to be in the custody of EFCC for questioning. I'm surprised that he has not appeared in court. Yahaya Bello is appearing in court. Well, his case has been ongoing anyway for Yahaya Bello. It's essential, so maybe. Wow. But I think we've not had anything
take you back
from...
a bit there, Fuad. Please hold on.
Yes, all right.
Did you say you were surprised?
No. What I'm saying is that, look, like last week, a week before, we've been talking about Ifeanyi Okowa, the former governor of Delta State, being with the EFCC answering questions. Unless they've not concluded his own case, it would be nice to know where they've got into with that particular one. But I actually just took back my words when I said I'm surprised, because again, the Bello's case has been ongoing. It's just in its essential. So now that they've had him in, they have to present him in court. So, but I'm interested in what the FCC wants to do with Okowa's case, since they said he's been in their custody for some time, answering questions and getting interrogated. Somehow we are not hearing anything again about that particular one.
I mean, that's the conversation around, EFCC's anti-corruption war and their anti-corruption strategy, especially under, brother Pastor Olukoyede, has been, under scrutiny in recent times, especially, from the Haya Bello, debacle into now Ifeanyi Okowa. And Ifeanyi Okowa has been saying a lot of things. He has been saying plenty things. But, just as you said, hoping to see how everything will turn out and how everything will pan out as it is now. You can get the reports of if AFCC opposing Bello's bail application on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Moving on ahead now, we also have reps to probe 8.4 trillion naira allegedly withheld by NNPCL. And that is on page 23 of the Punch newspaper.
I was hoping I won't be talking about the NNPCL again this morning. Look at what we have.
How's that possible?
So you know the nickname of NNPCL that said gave them the Idamadubu. And can you fault that?
I don't know if NNPCL should be the one with that particular title, because I think
because their actions and their behavior does it not show that they are the real Idamad?
No.
Every time you talk about them, it's pain.
I think it's the power sector. I think it's the discos that should have that title. I think yes, they should
compete for that title.
They should be the ones who own that title at this time that we are in now. Anyways, what we have is that the House of Reps has asked its committees on finance, petroleum, upstream and downstream to investigate reports from the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Responsibility Commission alleging that NNPCL withheld 8.48 trillion as claimed subsidies for petrol. So they are to verify the total cumulative amount of unremitted revenue from the sale of petrol by NNPCL, NNPC before they became NNPCL, between 2020 and 2023. So, are we expecting anything from this? Do you have expectations from this?
What have we gotten from past probes, Sandra? I know we've lost count of the number of probes, from the House of Reps or the entire National Assembly when it comes to missing money, withheld money, unrecovered money, unremitted money, whatever kind of money that is missing or hidden somewhere. We've probed and probed and probed. We've gotten nothing out of the probe. So again, we'll probe. There'll be hot air. People will be invited. They probably will come or not come. Or even when they come, they might not even bring any document. We'll talk tough. There'll be back and forth. We'll off our mic or on the mic. And at the end of the day, we'll move on with our lives. So not one Nigeria will be excited about these probes. Corruption has so much eaten deep into the fabric of the Nigerian nationhood, to the point where some of these probes, for me, have become more like a ritual. It just happens. It keeps happening. And at the end of the day, the revelations are made, some things are swept under the carpet, and we find a way to move on with our lives. So I'm not going to be too bothered with some of these probes. The reality is that, look, there's a lot of corruption in the system, and one institution that maybe one day would have somebody who will be bold enough, committed enough to really go into that institution to check and recheck what has happened to our resources in the last 2 decades. Is the NNPCL. That institution needs a lot of probing, but not the probe of the National Assembly. Really. It's just always a comic show. They come up, it's a circus show. They talk about it, they review it, they will fight over it, and at the end of the day, things happen. We just move on.
It's all right. Well, just as you have said, what exactly are we going to get from this one? At this time now, but
8.4 trillion, Sandra. No be small money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, especially
that can do a lot of things.
The federal government at this time trying to gather some money to for the MTF for next year. So,
but Sandra, is it not shocking too that the years of the very, very extremely corrupt subsidy regime, we've not seen one Nigerian punished? We have the EFCC, we have ICPC, we have anti-fraud units, we have everything. We have not seen just one person arrested and punished.
No, people have been picked up, people have been invited, people have been interrogated, people have been investigated. But, the The climax of it all is just, is the part where
you just fizzles out. You don't get anything.
That's it. There's a lot of drama. Oh, look, some people just come in.
Motion without movement.
Investigation is done.
Something will happen.
And
nothing happened.
I was discussing with someone yesterday, and I said, you'd be surprised. Some of these people, 2027, they become senators. They become House of Reps members. So help us God. But let's move on. Thank you very much, Said Fuad. It's 15 minutes past 8. We have a few minutes left on the show, so let's run very quickly. Osun Airport, APC project panel clash over relocation. And, there's just a lot that's going on as regards, projects
Osun
and
State,
all of that.
Airport in Osun.
Airport in Osun State. Edo State yesterday, His Excellency Governor Monday Okwebolo said that the project that was inaugurated by Governor Obaseki says it's scam. Called it a scam.
He can do it this way now. The man commissioned the building. Without equipment. He should not buy the equipment and commission the equipment.
But the unfortunate thing, Fuad, you know how these things work.
Yes.
Whoever commissions is the person's name that will be on the building.
No, they should now tell people that look, at least luckily they took media people there.
What are you doing? So every time somebody goes there, they will now say, see, the building is by Obaseki.
The building is by Obaseki. The equipment here are by Okwebolo. It's not the same of the same.
Oh dear Lord. Anyways, with that on ground already, we now have here, a situation here in Osun State as well. Airport in Osun State. The story is on page 20.
Airport in Osun State.
In Osun State. The story is on page 28. Why are you repeating that? The proposed relocation of the Osun State Airport project from Ido-Osun to Ede, which is the hometown of
Adelike's hometown.
Yes, current hometown.
That's what they are fighting over.
Has continued to spark controversy. So there's nepotism, accusations of nepotism by APC against, the Adeleke-led government.
Adeleke, that he took it to his hometown.
Yes. And findings have revealed that there are, the Adeleke side, they are trying to give, reasons or factors for.
What's the reason? What's the reason they are giving?
They explained that after a detailed evaluation of the current site at Ido-Osun,
that's where they can get land.
It was determined that the location failed to meet key aviation standards.
That's Ido-Osun.
Ido-Osun, yes. The findings reveal that there are several inadequacies. According to him, insufficient runway length, the presence of obstructive structures like the Adeleke Secondary School, inadequate culverts and drainage. And sitting the wrong way at this location would require significant displacement of settlements, demolition of existing structures, making it unfeasible. And that's why they have decided to move it from Ido-Osun. But why it's now being moved to Ede? I don't
the hometown of the governor.
We don't know.
And then my own question is that, look, does Osun actually need an airport?
All those states has airport. So Ogun State has airport.
Kitutu, Ogun.
Thank you. So
okay. Anyways, good luck to Osun people. I saw Obasanjo with Adeleke. You saw them on TV.
Yeah, he was. The guy said the guy is a good dancer and a good performer, and then the guy started dancing. Anyways,
immediately Obasanjo said this guy is a good dancer and a good performer.
Immediately,
the man started.
It was amazing.
Wow. But how do you feel when you see that man dancing that way? What comes to your mind, Sandra? You like it?
I have my own governor to look up to.
He doesn't dance like that.
No, he doesn't dance like that. But
he's a cool guy. Your own governor is a cool guy.
He's the finest governor in Nigeria.
He has that speed.
He's the finest governor in Nigeria.
No pot belly, no nothing.
Very fresh, very fair,
sharp guy.
very demure, very cute, very everything.
Just like Ogun State looks fresh too. Their roads are so fresh.
It's okay for us.
Everything in Ogun State is fresh.
It's okay. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you very much.
But your shoe governor, when he dances, how do you feel? What do you see? What comes to your mind as a lady?
He's a happy person.
So you like it?
There's too many problems in the world. He deserves to be happy.
You like what you see when you see him dance?
So the story is on page 29 of the Punch newspaper. We also have here the tax panel to defend bill at Senate debate today. Mr. Taiwo Edele was at the Senate yesterday trying to, as regards tax reforms and tax bills and all. So to defend the bill, at Senate today. Further details on page 29. Above the masthead of the Punch newspaper, we also have here the president to name new envoys after France and South Africa visits, and that's on page 2. The story, is around. There's a lot around that one, anyways. But then a lot of people have been asking questions as regards why the president is yet to announce, a new set of ambassadors. But then there are indications that he's set to transmit the names of ambassadors designated to the Senate for screening and confirmation. The list comprises nominees.
The level of politicking and lobbying is better imagined. There's no reason why there could have been that delay, other than there's a lot of
political influence,
lobbying.
I saw you soliciting on your WhatsApp status for somebody, and I hope your prayers will be answered for that person, on behalf of that person. The person is working really hard.
Because the man needs the job.
He's working really, really hard, and I hope
that so that we can at least rest. Just give him all it's a retirement benefit for him. Let's
all right. Anyways, we're expecting the list when it comes out. Hopefully, we get some. Even if we know there'll be political considerations, but at least let's see if
there'll be 99% political consideration for the list. Just think that.
It's all right. Also, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, 30-year experience prepared me for the Chief of Army Staff job, and that's coming from Oluyede, and that story is on page 29.
Congratulations
of the Punch newspaper. And finally, off the front page of Punch, Finnish court says May 2025 date for Simon Ekpa's trial, and that's on page 28 of the Punch newspaper. So we'll get